Welcome
Callus is the
to episode 17 of Epsilon Sun. Thank you everyone for joining as we see where our players get off to today. And we have a volunteer who would like to do our recap today for that wonderful, oh so delicious inspiration. Over to our turtle friends. Let's hear it. Over to you, Gar.
All right. So last week we began with the still captive part of the party in the slave pens. They're getting ready to bed down for the night, discuss possible options to help Melanda, have some somewhat hopeful conversation about how to get out despite their situation. Magrum shared a little bit of his backstory and how he is a survivor of an attack on his hometown when he was a child. Meanwhile, Karik is over in the Warrens, finds a shack, broken down house, something like that to stay in, if you can call it a house. Found a corner to hide in, sleep for the night, and got to listen to the lovely sounds of murder in the streets while he was trying to sleep. Flash back to the pins, a lot of back and forth last week. There was some more murder sounds as the orc guards that were left in the pins were taken out due to the truce that Aurora brokered between the two sides. Lokar had another dream, revealing some more of his broken memories. Morning comes, and Melanda awakes, has a brief discussion with Lokar about going to the Sorrows in Undergurst before she succumbs to her wounds. Lokar panics, tried to save her, waking everybody else up. Aurora tried to appeal to her god, but to no avail. Melanda was gone. Back to the Warrens. Karik wakes up to the sounds of people chasing someone down the street, and Jasper, Flame of the Warrens, runs in, being chased by some tooth cutters. Karik hides for a little bit, and then finally works up the courage to jump out and try to help the situation. We make extremely short work of two of them, and the other two run away scared shitless, as they should.
Holy shit.
And
Holy shit.
Yeah. Jasper tells Karik that he is his hero and he owes him one. Karik explains the situation with his friends in the pens and asks for some help. Karik explains who his friends are, and when he says Nissa's name, Jasper freaks out at the fact that she's in the pens. Back to the pens. Melanda is dead. Lokar is really messed up about it. He's punching the wall, trying to get his frustrations out. Aurora goes over, sees the scene from the night before. The orcs were completely mangled by the residents of the pens. She then speaks to Minaj and Neev about her plans to rebuild the Templars as they should be, and has a discussion with Neev about the Order, who is apparently some fundamentalists loyal to Callus and basically racists, from my understanding of them. They like humans, and that's about it. Purists. Guards give the slaves their motivational speech for the day about how it's the beginning of the rest of their lives or something like that about the games, and gives them their water rations. Back into the Warrens, Karik and Jasper. Jasper freaks out hearing Nissa in the pens, explains that him, Nissa, and Lysandra used to run together and were besties, as he put it. Says that him and Nissa were both supposed to be joining the Veiled Alliance, and that the Alliance is behind the upcoming games, and that they have a man inside the Templars that is working for them.
Nope. Sorry, just to clarify that. Not with that was not referenced by Jasper in that instance. Whilst Karik may know that of Tithian, Jasper does not. He mentioned someone he did not know.
Gotcha. Didn't specify he was a Templar, but he said a man inside, right?
A man inside, but he didn't specify Templar at all, no. So your correlation of that is not something that you should lead to.
Gotcha. Regardless, Jasper and Karik decide to work together and try to get their friends out of the pens. Jasper leads them to someone that he wants to introduce to Karik, saying that there might be a place for Karik in the Alliance after all of this, whether Karik believes it or not. Meanwhile, the party is in the pens. They wait around for a little bit before getting sent to gladiator training grounds. There's a few other slaves there. They're given their bag and their belongings before Beastmaster Morgan releases two. We decided to call them hedge dogs, armadillo wolf things that they for them
Pango
to fight.
wolves.
Asking Pango wolves, yeah, with Beastmaster asking that they please not kill them this time. With some well-placed webs, Lokar doing some Mario Bowser throwing, and Magrum pulling a helicopter and carrying Nissa, who's blasting Eldritch Blasts around. They took care of the hedgehogs, one of them a little more than they intended. And that's where we ended.
Thank you. Just to add on to a couple of things missed out there. It was a good rendition. But points of note were that when Magrim was talking to Lokar, mentioning that his city fell, that Lokar knew of that city, was aware that it was the city of Tomolazako, and then reassured Magrim that his parents could still be okay despite what he knows about what happened there.
I just said that they'll find a it's not that they're alive.
No, he didn't reference that they were alive. He's like, they could probably still be okay. So you were very ambiguous about it.
Probably fine.
Yeah, they're probably fine. No big deal. Just a couple of boo-boos. There was also Lokar's nightmare, where he witnessed the walls covered with blood, and that there was mentions of gargoyles, and Magrim did a very sweet act of checking on Lokar whilst he was going through his nightmare and putting his robe on him, but noticing that he has a fever. There is also the instance of when Lokar was panicking about Melanda slipping away, that he startlingly grabbed Aurora out of her sleep and begged her to do something. And Aurora, I mean, it was a panic state, I would say.
Demanding.
It was more of an order. I would agree with Pepper.
For sure, but under the context, you're begging for Aurora, who you recognize as someone who could potentially do something to try and save your friend, and her immediate reaction was to turn to Ilmata to hear her prayer, but for reasons one or the other, the prayer goes unanswered, and Melanda slips away. Yeah, that's basically the only additions. So we will pick up. You are hoping that Karak is being led to whatever place it was that Melanda wanted the rest of the party to go to. You don't know. Hey, what's with these things? Epsilon Empire of Weed. What's going on my screen here? Hey. Okay, I'll leave you to put some text there. Cool. We will be picking us episode 17 within the training area, and Karik is a ghost.
Ooh.
Ooga booga booga.
Does my comm work today? God damn, this is broken. I'm gonna have to refresh it somehow. I don't know how to refresh music that doesn't load. Okay, this one. No, I want this.
Assume Kari gets his inspiration.
Yeah, Karik, absolutely. Yeah, you get your inspiration. Thank you for taking notes, and it was a lot to go through. It was a especially long episode, so yes, for sure. Delicious DM inspiration to you, my good turtle, sir.
Thank you.
All right. In the aftermath of silencing one way or another this creature that is not unrealistically unknown, Lokar may have seen such creatures wandering the wasteland. But for the rest of you, a new creature with scales and the ability to curl up. However, you have performed admirably, once more showing that you do have what it takes to survive when your lives are on the line. And as the dust settles and the one remaining Pango Wolf lies unconscious, your spells start to dissipate, your wings start to fade, Magrim, and you descend down to the ground. Boop. With Nissa in tow. The gladiators that have been witnessing your actions on the side actually do give you a round of applause, albeit very small, like a golf clap. And Beastmaster Morgan, he runs out as he called out, "Not again!" and goes and kneels down next to the Pango Wolf to see if there's anything he can do. You are free at this moment to do anything you want to do at the end of initiative.
I think Lokar just like closes his eyes and controls his breathing, as he has a more hard time letting go of his anger right now, as he usually has an easier time letting go, but right now he needs a lot of concentration to remain back to his controlled self.
Okay. Anyone else?
Did Nisa eat the Tango soul when it died? Now that we know that thing.
Now that you know that, actually, this is a really good point because something actually needs to happen here. But you were trying to see whether or not her last spell that killed the Pango Wolf extracted the soul.
Yeah.
So were you intentionally looking out for it?
I know that I didn't want to kill the Pango Wolves, so being aware if she extracts the souls means it's not revivable. So.
You didn't actually see that same extraction come from her Eldritch Blast as it ended the life of this Pango Wolf.
I know it's a monster and the rules don't apply, but I'll trade a healing word to restore it.
Oh no, it's dead. Like his skull is caved in as the blast went through his brain, but it's absolutely dead and bleeding out on the stone floor. So you will look at it and know that a healing word is not what you need right here.
She says to Aurora, I'm not sorry.
I'm just going to be punished for it.
I just added to the list of things we're going to be punished for.
The list is getting pretty long, Nisa.
I know, isn't it exciting?
No, it's not.
Irony. It's called irony.
Right.
So,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, everybody okay? Magrin?
No.
Alex, you there? Oh, you're there. Okay.
Okay.
He gives a thumbs up.
All right.
Beastmaster Morgan checks over this Pango wolf and seeing the cranium caved in, he like gives a disparaging look to Nissa, and he's disappointed, but also he understands, and he goes over to this Pango wolf who realizes that he's still alive, and he goes, "Oh, my sweet boy, my sweet boy," and he gives like a pats on the head of the Pango wolf, and calls out to Grange. Grange, my boy, help the Pango wolf back in the cage, if you wish so kind. And Grange goes, yeah, bro, totally, bro, no problem. And he's gonna come over and scoop up the Pango wolf, and sling it over his shoulder, and drags it this way, and dumps him in the cage. Beastmaster Morgan then addresses you all and says, "Now I know I told you to be careful, but I get it. These things happen. Well done. Catch your breath. Think some of the others want to double check a few things with you all." And he's going to go over to check on the Wolfo as Grange comes back. Obviously, he's going to come over to you, Lokar. Naturally.
Yeah, opens his eyes as he notices that someone's approaching him.
Uh-huh.
Just looks at him.
You can see he's got like a big grin on his face, and he's like flexing his pecs one after the other, like he's super willing to engage with you right this second. What's your current disposition?
I think he's tried for the time now to calm, so he just seems calm, but like. That's it. There's not much he gives Grant right now. Just the calm, not that much interactive face. Kind of waiting for him to say something.
All right. Okay. He steps over to you as you seem calm, because I was just checking that you don't look angry or whatever. And he's like got a big smile on his face. He goes, "Hey, bro, man." You were around here. You were like running back and forth and punching and like kicking, and it was awesome. Respect you, bro. And give me some of this. And he like does a double sort of punch on his chest and looks to you. He wants to chest bump you.
He sighs, and I'm not sure this fight was really a challenge. I didn't get hit at all, so not sure it's much of a success, really.
Well, I mean, for most people, those Pango wolves like had it in them and took a couple of legs off. Look at that blood pile right there. And he points to the blood pile like right behind you, and you can see like the blood is fresh. Says, might not have been a challenge for you, but that's why you're gonna hit the top soon, bruh. Gotta watch out for you climbing up the ranks, bruh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. He looks. You said last time that he looks like he had. He got a little bit outmatched by the other guy, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh, heavily outmatched.
Yeah. Can you still like see that he is doing? That he's hurt, like hurt.
You can see like there are bruises over his muscles and his skin, but like just like signs of bouts and fights. But honestly, it's like he seems to ignore them as he speaks to you.
I'm surprised. I saw you seemed like having a hard time with this guy over there.
Oh yeah, Chikandro. I mean, he's the champ. He's the champ, bro. I mean, I've been sparring with him to try and get better, but he's like, I don't know, man. He's been training his whole life or something. And then they caught him, and they're like throwing him in here, or wait, Takandrel, did they catch you? And Takandrel, who's over there just like sharpening his spear, looks over to Grange and gives him like a look of, oh, you sweet boy. And he doesn't call out, he much as responds and is able to be heard. He says, nobody catches Takandrel. Takandrel catches them.
He rolls his eye, not looking to him, but like to Grange, she rolls his eye.
And then Grange looks to you and goes, ain't he so cool, brah?
Totally. You know, maybe I have the feeling of when he get a bit stronger, so maybe I'll, if you don't mind, I'll take him from time to time.
Oh, I don't know, brah. He's pretty strong, brah.
And he doesn't seem to kill you, right?
No. We're just here, like, training. We're sparring. We're basically, you know, being part of the vetting process.
So what's the harm in also training with him, if he's the best?
Oh, sure, brah. You want to go right ahead. I respect the hustle, brah. You want to go up against the champ, brah? That's what I'm doing, brah. That's how you get strong.
Maybe. Alright.
Takandrel hears the conversation as you're going over there, and Listen's gonna wander over as well, away from Talon. Talon's gonna just like go over here and fold her arms, and Takandrel steps not right up close to you, but close enough, and looks you up and down, and says to you, "Are you thinking of becoming the new champ, Tall One?"
I don't really care. I just want to punch some things.
Well, maybe you and Grange can get together and punch a few things like each other. But you showed some interesting moves right there. Not seen someone spin on a coin as fast as you have for some time. Where you get your training, Tall One?
None of your business.
Fair enough. I will be interested to spar with you on the lead up to the games. You seem to have some skill, as have you all. Didn't expect to see a group that could fight together so natively. Takes us a while to get that same sort of synergy. Listen says, didn't I tell you, Takandrel? Didn't I say that there's some new recruits, some new slaves in the slave pens wanting to make their way up here to the gladiator arena? Didn't I say that? Aren't they, well, skilled? Isn't it finally good news to have some additional skilled people here in the gladiators arena?
Lissa, you'll make me blush.
Come. You all tried out. You took care of the Beastmaster's creature. Now, this is Takandrel. He has been the champion of the arena for years. He has volunteered to be a gladiator, and he holds the sway of the crowd. Everyone loves Takandrel. You do wise to just, listen to him. Here's some pointers, perhaps. It's not easy running a full-seated arena like Takandrel can do.
Yeah, didn't you tell us about him when we first fought in the arena? I seem to remember the name.
Right. I mean, Tikandrel's name is on most people's lips if you talk about the gladiators and what they can do. He's been in the top spot for many a year, and for a just reason too. An exceptional fighter. And check out those abs, girl.
Well, I did. But how long has he been fighting? Was he a slave as well
No,
in the beginning?
he volunteered. He came in, chose to try out for the gladiators, submitted himself to the slave pens, fought his way up, killed the reigning champ in an outstanding duel a couple of years ago now. Front and center, in front of Kalak. The arena loved it. It was like a duel for the ages. That's what made me want to volunteer too.
Oh wow, shit! I couldn't imagine people volunteering for this. I mean, what was the alternative?
It's a human, right?
He is a human. He is a very large human, a little shorter than Lokar, but someone who seems to have trained the majority of his life. He has a relatively serious look on his face almost perpetually, but he seems to wear this armor as if it's like a part of him. He moves with it as if he doesn't recognize that it's there. But it is well maintained, well polished, and the spear he carries has, you know, I think I mentioned this last week, but symbols and emblems from that of Kalis as well. It does his cuirass.
Well, Nisa, at least some humans in this city decide that they want to be strong. Not everyone likes to be in the wallows.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just hard for me to, imagine that somebody would be here willingly. But I guess it's not the same for everybody.
Think of the alternatives.
Yeah. Can't imagine.
Listen says, look, the games are in a few days, okay? We're going to go through this process of weeding out those who are going to fail spectacularly. We can't have just people flailing around at that. Actually, maybe we should have some people flailing around, at least to just warm up the crowd. Maybe it'd be kind of like a jesting act. Huh.
Suffice.
I mean, won't they just die?
That's
Kind
what the
of
crowd
instantly.
want.
There's going to be a lot of blood. Half the splay pins doesn't know how to pick up a sword, let alone fight.
I don't suppose you've got any notion about what the grand event is going to hold, do you? You've not heard anything. We've not heard anything here, so we're just checking everyone that comes in.
No, Kanek came by the slave pens and gave his decree. Said he wanted the festival to be so large it would entice Kalis to come see it. But the details of it are unknown.
I get the feeling that Kalek is desperately wanting Kalis to come and see everything that he's done.
Yeah, desperate to get a pat on the back.
Or more, right, girl?
I really hope not.
anything to get Callus's ear. He's been trying for years. I've been hearing anything for Callus. Please, Callus, come back. Oh, please, please, please. Won't you grace me with your presence? I've been waiting so long.
I was
Is
always
this
under the
little-
impression that Kalik was doing exactly as Kalik said.
I mean, to a certain degree, sure. I mean, Kalik is doing Kalik-y things in Kalik land, in Kalik City. As far as I recall, Kalis just left Gus to Kalik. Anyway, look, you guys showed outstanding innovation, but let me remind you, just like we did last time, there are some acts that, whilst are maybe efficient, perhaps, the crowd has to like you, and if Kalik is going to be there and he wants it to be the grandest spectacle, maybe there's some things that you can think of doing. Just like that, you with the rope. And picking up, this gorgeous girl here to shoot from the sky. Perfect. Things like this.
We may have to go a little bit slow here because Beastmaster didn't want us to kill, so I couldn't tear off limbs and stuff, so...
Oh, you wanted to tear off limbs.
I mean, you saw me last time.
Saw you last time. You thoroughly enjoyed yourself. I thoroughly enjoyed watching what you did. But what do we have here? Where's your friend? Where's the one with the shell? The one that you threw?
Don't talk about that, alright?
We don't talk about him anymore.
He's dead.
Roll
Yeah,
performance,
it
please,
was-
Magrim.
He's a
was
ghost
a very-
now.
Tragic accident.
Can I get an advantage?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, shift. Yeah. Okay. Performance. Critical hit.
There's just the perfect crack in your voice when you say we don't talk about him anymore. That
We don't talk about him anymore.
listen, like looks to you and says, "Oh, you lost a friend. Here, let me console you." And it's gonna come over
Don't
to.
touch me. I'm too wounded by this.
Hey, yo.
Listens like, certainly, maybe. She like looks at you in the eyes.
It was so recent. He was so young. I just couldn't see his life left his eyes as I just hold him there. It was awful.
Lissa looks to you and looks at Nissa, and she's like a little bit like looking at you as if like a toddler is like drooling, like a snot's coming out. So like, maybe if you fight in the arena more, get some grit under your skin. Maybe you won't feel so bad about people being dead anymore. It's okay. Don't worry. You'll make new friends, I'm sure. And
Don't worry. I take out my anger by using my magic to tear off heads, limbs, and people's hearts. I'm sure they'll love it.
Oh, really? Well, there is something I noticed, and I think the rest of us noticed. Maybe it's something that, for the crowd, you could do with a little, I don't know, extra. It seems like you're someone who, you holding your book in your hand, you're someone that can call magic using it. There are books that potentially could help you make a little bit more of a interesting spectacle. If you go through the northern entrance, just down there's like some items and some tomes and just a little extra bump.
His demeanor immediately changes when you mention books.
Fuck that guy. Okay. And then Listen goes to Kendrick, says, "Baby, can't you just like be a little nicer to these guys? We're in this together." And Tikandros like looks down at her, and says, "Tikandrol will listen to baby."
Oh my god.
Tikandrol says, "You could all do with a little extra training for the crowds, like baby says. There are relics, things that people have brought in themselves that might give you a little extra edge. Tikandrol does not need such trinkets, just his spear." And he like flicks the edge of his spear, and it makes this sort of ringing noise. "You may find such trinkets within the armory." He gestures towards the north as well, where Listen just said, "You will leave your things here before exiting the training grounds. Prove yourself continuously. Maybe there's hope for you yet." Tikandrol notices skill. Tikandrol is smart.
Listen, I am so jealous.
Listen gives like this sort of like pursed lip smile, like, "Yeah, I know, right?" And she sort of strokes his abs like a as like a ways to say, "This is mine," to you.
Why are we watching this?
Uh,
I need to go find equipment and hit it.
Grant goes back over here and starts like wrapping up his arms a little bit in preparation for another bout. And you can see to the south of you there's like a group of the elf that tried to kill you, and a couple of humans that you have engaged with. Well, one you have not engaged with, and one that Grunge constantly engages with. And they're looking your way.
I wonder if he strokes his abs.
He has like a donut.
Oh my god.
He's like, bear strong. He doesn't have like, abs. Sumo strong.
Yeah, really strong.
Anyway, yeah, where are we going?
Well, I would want to check out what they talked about in the north, right?
Yeah, but let's go there.
Please, I can't
Is
stand watching this anymore.
Minaj and them like looking at us like they want to talk to us, or
Minaj? Minaj is not
Minaj's not
here.
there.
or not? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
They're kind of just like
have
you can just briefly hear them, like they're sort of like evaluating you guys, like what you did. They saw your moves, and they're just sort of discussing amongst themselves the fact that you survived. So they're not looking to engage with you, if that's your point.
No, that's fine. Just give them a polite nod. Let's
They
go.
like sort of
We'll
like
find loot.
almost in unison sort of give you a nod.
Yeah,
find
try
loot.
stabbing us again in the middle of the night.
I think
What
as
the
we're like
frick?
going farther away, Lokar would say like on his breath, "Man, does he talk slow? Jesus Christ."
Lokar smart.
What can I say? I like him.
You have certainly bad taste.
Oh, I'm fully aware of that.
It's the kind of men that you want to keep around, just for peace of mind.
Oh yeah, the one that talks to himself in third person and takes like an hour to say a sentence. sounds lovely.
No, the one that doesn't have any other thoughts in his head.
Exactly. Thank you.
Magrum is going to mock him by saying, "I polish my spear longer than I polish my woman."
You should say Magrum, not I.
Ah, yes, Magrum.
Okay. Just I was gonna get his name here.
Oh, totally how I wrote it.
I figured. After seeing your
Oh my
notes.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. So you guys all go up into this sort of it's like a storeroom of sorts, and there are just like Takandrel said, weapons and armor and shields and books that have been they've got designs from various areas of Epsilon and some like Elvish, as if they have been the spoils of gladiators that have fallen, helmets and stuff. So we can go to over to Kalek first, if we want. Actually, let's do you guys, because it's going to be like a relatively brief thing. So if you guys take a look through, if you can just like browse around and say what you see here. There is for actually just everyone roll perception here, as you just sort of gaze around what is there, because it's a mess in there. It's like no one is really like keeping things organized. It's just like, oh, you died, and I'm gonna toss your crap in there. But there are obvious sections. So I'm gonna. It's not fair. It was a nat 20, then hit the edge of the screen. But you still got a dirty 20. It's all good. The things that you generally want to look out for personally, for Aurora, there is a spike shield, which is like it's got more metal bandings. Seems to be reinforced with a spike on the center on the outside. This would come as a +1 shield with a D4 to shield attacks. For Lokar, there are a couple of things here. There are standard like sharpened blades, axes and such. But what stands out to you is some arm bandings that seem to, like, as you look them over, relatively fancy. And it has these properties. Hold on, I've got all of these listed down, but I'm just bouncing back and forth. They're like arm wraps of the monk, and they will give you like advantage to your initiative, I think. I have to hold on. Why don't I have them up? 1 second.
No worries. I'll give you 3 seconds.
Magram, there is a
Yes.
a kind of like old, like dusty books. You don't really find so many books within there, but you do find a book called. It's under here. Desert Heat. And you look into it, and it's like almost a journal of a traveling merchant who had an affinity for learning magical spells. You can see that in comparison to Blissum, it's kind of written in more of like a trial and error aspect, but when you get closer to the middle of the pages as you're browsing through, you notice that he managed to discover 3 spells that are detailed out. So for lack of better term, it is Desert Heat is a spell book containing Agonizer's Scorcher, Scorching Ray, and Burning Hands.
You see.
I'll copy.
Argent Scourge, Burning. Thank you.
All,
Sweet.
all fiery spells.
My favorite.
Wait. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry, I've got too many things open and I closed down the wrong thing.
It's okay.
Where's the hand wraps? Hand wraps, hand wraps.
Exactly does this work? Like, to write these spells down, you need like paper and stuff, right? To get it into a spell book.
But hey, maybe when I get money and
Yeah, and
stuff,
I guess
I'll be able to copy them.
yeah.
But these are evocation spells. These are cheaper for me.
I guess you can't cast them even though you have the spell book, or can you like choose?
No, I have to copy them into the spellbook, and then I'll be able to prepare them to cast.
Okay.
Pretty neat spells.
Oh, I wonder if I put it somewhere else. 1 second. I recently moved over to a different note-keeping tool from OneNote to Obsidian, and that's why I'm having a little trouble with the items here.
That's fair.
Oh, you already have these items. I don't actually have to look for them. Okay.
Yeah. So Nissa, you will find a dagger in there.
Okay.
That looks particularly interesting to you. As you look it over, this is categorized as Dagger of the Hunt.
Okay.
I believe I have these on D&D Beyond, but for a brief definition of what it is, as I should mention that it's categorized in a sort of book. You can use a bonus action to poison the blade.
Oh.
With a little sort of button in the hilt. And there is also, but that is something that can only be used once per dawn. But this also has the property called Hunter's Blink, which, if thrown at a creature, you can teleport to that creature, spending no movement. As a free action, you can speak the command word, and the dagger returns to your hand, leaving a smell of sulfur, provided it has not been destroyed. Hunter's Blink.
Okay, I'll write it down somewhere.
I have it written down. I think it's in D&D Beyond. You should be able to find Dagger of the Hunt. If not, my apologies. For
Is it Hunter's Dagger?
Is it called Hunter's Dagger or
No.
Dagger of the Hunt?
I don't know. It says Dagger of Warning, Corpse Slayer, Vicious Dagger. No, I can't see it.
You should try Dagger of Swagger. Maybe that's there too.
Dagger of Swagger. No, it's not coming up.
I'm not sure if
I'll
it's
find it.
relevant for Aurora. Is she interested in whips?
I mean, for storage purposes, absolutely.
For storage?
For story.
Oh, for story purposes. Okay. So there is a whip that is coiled up in one of hanging on one of the walls since you rolled so high. It's made of alternating green and white leathers with an intricate ironworked handle depicting a rearing stallion in front of a lightning cloud. This is categorized as the Willow Hill Whip. And for description of how to use it, it's as part of an attack action you can expend a charge, so it's a charged item, to cast Thunderclap cantrip at the end of the whip. It's 5 charges that recharge at the end of a long rest, and yeah, that's basically what it is.
What would that scale off of, or is it set?
In terms of the DC,
Yeah,
DC 13.
better than mine.
Okay, so you got books. We've got thing. Where the heck is your bandings? I'll come back to you, Lokar.
I don't see the whip in D&D Beyond either. So
So you
Just
can
take
wrap up
the
your
plus 3 battle axe real quick here.
Sure. Yeah, the battle axe of Vorpal battle axe.
Mm.
Okay, so you guys can play around with that for a hot second. Sorry, I don't have that prepared. My bad.
No worries.
I thought I
What
did
does
have
Karik find?
it. Karik finds a new friend.
Oh.
Oh.
Friendship is magic.
I want cool new items. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Okay. Switch up of the music. Cool. So Tithian's no longer there. Where's Doggo? Doggo's over there. So I'm gonna keep your token, Karik.
That's fine.
As you are led away by your new flamey friend Jasper, Flame of the Warrens. You are led towards Elvenbridge, which is down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As you walk close behind him, do you want to say anything to him as he's leading you through the Warrens, or are you just following?
I mean, I already asked him where we were going. He said he couldn't tell me. So
He said he was taking you to a dive bar.
right, he won't tell me who. That's right.
He doesn't. He doesn't tell you who.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna follow for now. Keep an eye out for anybody that looks like they might be staring at me for too long, because I'm kind of paranoid.
Sure. And you're wearing a sack over your back.
It looks like a cloak, kinda.
I think it's like an old potato sack.
Yeah, but I like cut the sides open so it unfolds, and it's like a
Burlap sack.
makeshift. I'm in the Warrens. People have burlap sack clothes. I'm sure.
Absolutely. You look like you're part
Yeah,
of
I look absolutely normal.
You follow Jasper, who hops over like streams of running urine and piles of garbage, as if this is his home. It is his home, but like he's like native to it. He just ignores it. There are dead rats with half of their guts been like clearly like bit out and just like the discarded. There's homeless people, dirty with like no shoes on, and their feet covered in mud, refuse, and obscure substances that look gaunt and dehydrated and malnourished as they watch you shuffle after Jasper, who puts his head up and his chin up, and he's like got his chest puffed out like he's doing a service, and ignores the destitution that is in the Warrens. you are led through the smaller back alley slums, for lack of a better term, around here. And led to a, you can see this little green little house here.
Yeah.
That is where you're going. I had a thought to put all the pins on the map, but then I ran out of time. Sorry.
This isn't by chance the same tavern we started in, is it?
No, that tavern is up here.
Gotcha.
Okay, no, sorry, it's this one here because it's the round area, that one there. And however, when you get closer to this establishment of sorts, you can the even though you're in the slums of the Warrens, Elven Bridge is slightly worse.
Oh wow.
There is like every other house is an abandoned house, but people seem to just like be squatting. No one has a smile on their face. You have like small elven children with big eyes and topless with like their ribs showing. They look to you with like filthy faces as like a wonder as you're shuffling after to Jasper. Jasper does take note of the children, gives them a pat on their heads, and reaches into one of the fresh the belt that he took off one of the tooth cutters, and hands each of these 3 children a copper. Who look at the copper and then look back to Jasper as if he's like a god to them, and they equally like hug his legs, so they only come up to his waist. Before dashing into the shadows of the slums. Jasper looks back to you and gestures with his head into this establishment. He doesn't have a name on the top. Like there's no sign outside, and the front of it is rickety at best. The wooden panels on the front of the facade are in some places broken, or you can see signs of attempted repair with like nails not half all the way through the wood and bent. You can see beyond these slats of wood the half rotting wooden sort of plinths that are basically nailed into, signs of rot. The smell here, it wrinkles your nose of vomit and sweat and dirt and grime. But Jasper gives you a wink and says, "Come on," and he's gonna enter through the door, which is doesn't have a door on it. It's more like a doorway. And you enter into this filthy bar.
All right. Place looks like it's seen better days, Jasper.
Don't you know it, me lad? I mean, it's the place where no one's going to come looking, right? The Templars aren't going to come this far into Elven Bridge for sure, so it's the best place for a bit of a hush-hush conversation.
Makes sense to me.
As you enter in, obviously you can see there's grime and filth, the peeling wood coming off of the pillars, signs of struggles or bar fights from the night before, or maybe 10 minutes before. You can say you see 2 very tired, bloodshot-eyed half orcs sitting on the tables to the left that's sort of cradling a mug of something. You see an elderly orc with a very red nose on the right. As you walk in, his eyes are also completely bloodshot, and he looks to you as if he's in a daze, clearly drunk. Slow blinking, and looks to you briefly and then turns back to his goblet. You see a goblin with a kind of well-worn black bowler hat with a red ribbon. He wears a filthy white shirt that is closer to like beige at this point due to the dirt and grime. He wears a cotton waistcoat and a red scarf. Clearly the owner of the establishment, and as you walk in with Jasper, he grins widely and says, "Oh, patrons! Patrons!" And he's going to skip down off of the stool that he's standing on behind the bar, and he's going to sort of bound over to you. But before he gets to you, you notice that there is a earth genasi and a half-elf talking at the far end beneath the window, and then a... so there's this one here. Oh, come on. This boy. And this girl. And in the far corner, you see another orc, I believe, who is got his like knees up on the stool in the corner, and he's got in one hand a large mug, and then the other hand he's got a small mouse that he seems to be talking to.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. And the owner of this establishment comes bouncing over to you and says, New patrons! Well, you're not new. I've seen you before." He gestures towards Jasper and goes, "But you look like you're not so dirty. Not so dirty. Welcome to Snick Snacks. I am Snick Snag. Snot Mullet. At your service. Best establishment in Elven Bridge. What could I do for you?" And Jasper... Go ahead.
I was gonna say in Goblin, I'm gonna say thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
He responds in Goblin, says like, "Oh, fine, gentlemen. Well, someone who can speak the lingo. Don't hear it much these days from foreigners." Jasper is like saying, "Huh? What you talking about? You're not talking about me, are you? Talking about me, aren't you?" And Snicknack continues, "Mind yourselves with this one here. It's all talk. Brings in folk every now and again. They always leave a little bit confused. Anyway, welcome to Snicksnacks. What's your poison?" And when he says, "What's your poison?" he switches back to common.
I'll take an ale, please.
Jasper puts a hand on your shoulder when you say you'll take an ale and says, no, Snicksnack, he's not going to take the ale. He don't feel like it's going to do him quite justice. Just something of an unopened bottle, if you be so kind." And Snicksnag says, looks kind of quickly at Jasper and says, Right. None of the ale. Ale too good for you, isn't it, Jasper?" And Jasper goes, "I just don't want to have, any sort of breakfast if I had some already on this well-clean floor." And Snicksnack sort of like sticks his nose up to Jasper and then looks to you, Karik, and he does a bow and he says in Goblin, "My house is yours, sir." And he's gonna bound back. Doop, doop, doop. And he's gonna be ruffling on the shelves for a bottle. And Jasper is going to come and sit down over. No.
I will join him at the table.
No. All right.
So what's wrong with the ale here?
Oh, well, if you have the ale here, you don't really want to know how it's brewed. This sort of place isn't exactly the cleanest, so things from an open barrel yeah, it kind of doesn't have a clean smell. Something,
That makes sense.
you know, topped up with some bodily fluid, probably. Smells like piss.
Yeah, unopened bottles probably for the best.
I know some people like it, actually. Look at them over there. And he gestures towards the half-orcs that seem to be enjoying this quote-unquote ale.
More power to them.
And Snicksnack comes over and puts on to your... Where's my alcohol list? Alcohol. Puts onto your table a bottle of Cat's Paw Crush. Jasper puts a silver coin onto the table from that very same belt that he took off of the tooth cutter, and Snicksnack picks up the coin and bites into it to check if it's real. Goes, "Paying with real money this time, Jasper." And Jasper shoos him away and still nonchalantly, and pours you a goblet of this sort of ruby wine. As you can bring it up to your nose and you can smell it. It has this notes similar to saffron spice and cloves and honey. Mm-hmm.
I will slowly sip because it's very early in the morning still.
Damn, man. It is what it is. Right. Hemo, can you take care of those for me? Thanks. You sit down and obviously you're just figuring out what the hell's going on, and Jasper looks over to you and says, "Look, just waiting, alright? People know who Jasper is. It's only a matter of time before the right person comes over and talks to us. Or comes in. I figure that since this place is such a fine establishment, we'll be alright."
Alright, so we're just gonna wait.
That's right, matey. Who knows who's going to speak to us, but I'm going to keep an eye out. You keep an ear out.
Alright. While we are waiting, can I I don't want to blatantly open it and dump it out on the table and see what's in it, but the pouch that he gave me off of the tooth cutters, I just want to open it and take a peek inside and feel around what all's in it. Is it just coin?
It is just coin. It is a, as you count it up real quick, it's not a huge amount of coin, But it's 3 gold, 19 silver, 12 copper.
3 gold, 19, 12.
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll just try to not like I don't want to like be, overtly staring at people trying to listen in, but just nonchalantly listening to background, trying to see if I can pick up on any conversations.
Perception check.
Great.
The slightly elderly orc that's clearly a regular here distracts you with a number of belches and farts as he just sort of like slumps over. The smell also distracts you. But it's maybe about 20 minutes or so before you get this like feeling that nothing's happening and maybe Jasper's is Jasper full of shit?
Yeah.
About that time, the Earth Genasi reaches into his pocket, flicks a silver coin onto the table, nods at the half elf, and then stands up, starts walking over to you. Takes a look at Jasper, takes a look at you, and then walks out.
Look at Jasper and like not gonna say anything, but give a very puzzling look. Like,
Jasper like
what
sort
was
of
that
like
about?
shrugs his shoulders, like, no idea, mate. Earth Genasis, they're crazy.
All right.
And the half elf stands up, picks up the coin, walks over to the bar, flicks it over to Snicksnack, and he catches it with one hand, bites it, and says, "Much obliged, lady. Come back anytime." And the half elf gives this stare to Snicksnack, who shies away from the stare and turns back to attempting to clean this mug with a rag that is like brown and stained. As the half elf starts to walk out, she stops, and she will maneuver in a very quick motion to slide down onto this stool here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do it to the front? There you go. And she's going to put a dagger on the table and say, "Jasper, we've spoken about this. You are not to contact me unless this is an emergency. Seeing that you are not bleeding out of your ass, why the fuck are you here?" Keeping her voice down. Jasper notices her demeanor, and his hair sort of like decreases in volume a little bit as he shies away from the stare. And Jasper goes, I'm sorry, alright? I know it's not an emergency, but it's kind of an emergency, you see. I've met this new friend here. He gestures to you, Kelric. And I learned something from him. You see, he knows M. And he knows Nissa. The half-elf looks to you, Karik, and says, "This true?"
Yes. Yes, it is.
She stares you up and down and says, "And what do you have to do with M and Nissa?"
Is this the place to talk, or should we wait till we're somewhere else for this conversation?
The ears here are already clogged by the shit ale that Snick Snack offers. That's why we come here. It's a deafening
All right.
ale, you see.
Well, I was at an inn with some friends, or actually by myself, where I met some friends, and M was there. Templars came in, we were all taken captive. They're still in the pens. I got out. Long story short, I can give you more details later. But Nissa was part of the group that got captured, as was M.
Do you speak Elvish at all?
Yes.
She swears in Elvish, enough to make your cheeks sort of rosy, like absolutely filthy mouth, and then comes back to you, says, "It's meant to go smoothly. Fucking Malandra. Why did you have to go and get caught?" Well, I suppose you're looking to take her place, is this right?
Take whose place?
Nissa's place. You're looking to join?
I just want to get my friends out of the pens.
Right.
Jasper said you might be able to help.
That's right, I did. I think it's got what it takes. He's one of them weavers, you see. Romila. Romila looks to you, Karik, and then it takes like a second look once more, like looking you up and down and seeing clearly that you've got these sort of artifacts on you and you have your staff.
Mm-hmm.
She her face softens completely, and she takes a third look, like a double take, a triple take, and says, "A weavecaster? Really? And you made it here unscathed?" Well,
That word again, I'm not really sure what that is.
you can touch the weave, right? You are able to cast.
Yeah, yes, I can do a little bit of magic, yes.
The gods be praised. Are you injured? Are you hurt? Do you need something?
At the moment, I'm all right. I just really want to get my friends out.
Jasper
It's terrible in there.
chimes up to like, and best of all, Ramila, they don't even know he's still alive. Get that? And Ramila like looks at Jasper with an eyebrow and says, and then looks back to you, Karik, and says, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
While we were in the pens, the guards sent us to go do some dirty work for them, and while accomplishing said dirty work, they think I died and I was able to escape. So they're not really looking for me, but they would probably recognize me if they saw me.
She looks at you and stares for a second, and then looks back to Jasper, who gives this biggest smile, like "I told you so" smile, like "Get this guy." And then Ramila looks to you and looks you up and down once more and says, "Tell me, friend, how serious are you? To what lengths would you go to help your friends?"
I kind of look around in the hellhole that I'm sitting in right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd do pretty much anything. I really want to get them out. They're kind of my only friends.
Then we will forego the usual initiation for right now. If you are to get your friends out, you're going to need our help, and short of going to the Order, which I don't think you wish to do, I think we can use you in the Alliance for now. on a temporary basis. If you wish to join later, well, there are tasks to do to prove your worth. But we will always welcome a caster, a weaver, and protect them. We are here in the final hours of a grand plan that has been put in place for years to depose the monarchy.
So what Jasper said about the Alliance being behind the games, is that true?
In a sense, we have been moving in the background to try and suggest that maybe to bring Kalis back to the simp that is Kalik. Maybe that's what needs to happen. A grand gesture, something to come visit. Maybe this is even the reason for this ziggurat, but he started that before we got any sort of real clear involvement in that, so I cannot be sure. In any case, these games, maybe not entirely our reasoning, but we certainly planted the thought into Kalik's head. We have a men on the inside. The Alliance moves in secret around the cities. And there's an alliance in the majority of the cities. The 7 cities of Epsilon. You will find a chapter of the Alliance. All working to ensure that those who can manipulate the weave are saved from the tyranny that is Kalis and those that rule the city-states. It is our duty to ensure that Epsilon can thrive with the skill that it needs to become independent and to survive whatever is coming, because fuck knows Kalis is not coming back.
So, what's the plan? How are we gonna save my friends?
Well, I think I had a thought maybe we should take you to one of the safe houses, but I don't think that's really going to change anything. I need to gather some things. I need you to meet me a bit later. You can find the entrance in a place within Elven Bridge. It is... She looks around and gets closer. It's on a crowded street, next to a plaza bathed in bright yellow light at the height of the day. Surrounded by 6 wine shops, 2 brothels and a gambling house, all of which have burning torches in the sconces outside their doors. You understand?
That was a lot of information really fast. Thank you. I'm furiously writing over here. Karik says, yes, got it. I'll meet you later.
Try not to draw attention to yourselves. If so be, stay here, listen to Sneak Snack stories. Just do not get into trouble and do not catch the eye of the Templars. We have a very unique opportunity here to get you into a place that could really fuck some shit up for the great King Kalik.
Wait, before you leave, one more thing that might be very useful information for you. On my way back into the city after I escaped, I was tracking a High Templar and overheard a conversation he had.
She puts her finger to your beak.
No,
I was gonna say lips, but you don't actually have lips, do you?
probably not.
And she puts it very quickly to your beacon and looks around, and you can see some of the patrons sort of muttering over and looking around in their drunken state. Never too cautious.
Right. Later.
Later. Jasper, keep this one safe. You will be instrumental to the next phase. Jasper looks at Ramilla and says, You what? Next phase already? Ramilla says, Jasper, take your head out of your ass. Stop burning your asshole with that ridiculous flaming hair that you continuously style with whatever it is. The end game is coming. Soon. We will need every weevil we can. 3 things will happen, and we want to be the one that happens first. Jasper looks at Ramilla and says, 3, eh? Ooh, okay. Don't worry about that. Flame of the Warrens here. Keep this boy out of sight. Ramilla rolls her eyes, looks to you, Karik, and puts a hand on your shoulder in your shell. And briefly looks over your shell, and then like her eyebrows raise a little bit, looks to you again and says back to Jasper, no one should see him. And she will step away.
She says that, I'm just gonna like try to pull the cloak all the way around me as much as I can and just like shrink down in my chair.
Becomes one with the shell.
Jasper looks at you like with like a renewed sense of wonder and says, You haven't been letting on everything who you are, have you, matey? No, it's up to you. No problems. You don't have to tell old Jasper everything. But, you know, we're going to become best friends, you and me, I think. Yes, sir.
So, you think we're safe here?
Oh, no, absolutely not. 100% not. Just takes another person to come through that door looking for a little bit of that piss ale. And, yeah, you're kind of fucked, ain't you? So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little wander through the Warrens back to me old place, okay? But no judgment. Don't really say there too often. We'll be alright, though. Promise. What you got to lose?
Not a whole lot, I guess, at the moment. Just my life and my friends' possible lives. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go.
Jasper drinks like quickly the Catsport Crush and looks back to Snickstack and says, We'll be back! Another one soon enough, me old matey. And Snickstack says, Don't hurry back! And you will head out to the Warrens once more and be led around. Now, back to our little friends over here. Anything you guys wish to do here? I noticed that you can't find a couple of things, but we can figure that out later.
That's okay, yeah.
Okay, so what I find is like a brazier, and you said like weapons, but they don't look particularly special.
The plus ones.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think so we can just take these things right now, right?
You can take them to practice on, but like Chikando said to you, you would have to leave everything in the training area.
Yeah. Well, Lokar will probably. Well, it depends on what happens, but he'll probably put him in the bag of holding. So no one else takes them.
Sure. I mean, you take a look at the storeroom, you feel like, if anyone was going to take anything, it would have been a while ago, so you're pretty safe. But you can put it in the bag folding, that's no problem. Just hope someone doesn't take your bag, I suppose. Okay, so for lack of a better term, you have all those items, and you are going to be escorted, unless you wish to speak to anyone else within the training area. Yeah, more or less. They're all sharpened gladiator weapons, so they're all plus ones. I only just picked out a couple of them that might be interesting to each of you. But generally, yeah, because they have to be more interesting rather than the standard sword for the crowd. Is that +1 swagger? There is totally +1 swagger.
I mean, you here.
+1 to finger guns.
Yeah, like, is there something that looks very for the public
For the public.
that the crowd would enjoy?
Crowd would
In the
enjoy.
games.
In the games. There are certainly like harnesses and like armbands, for example, like not ribbons, but more like silks, perhaps, or like scraps of silk that you could put like on your arms or around your head as like a headband. But these are just sort of
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna get a red bandana.
a red bandana. Okay, sure. You can be
Yes.
a Ninja Turtle,
No, no.
Rambo.
Other reference. Yes, Rambo. And are there any ball bearings, by the way?
Ball bearings. Let's take a look. Yeah, there is a bag of ball bearings.
Okay. Is it possible
Ye-
to make the mage hand juggle at least 2 ball bearings?
Then you're gonna have to practice that.
He's gonna be doing that then.
Okay. Anyone else? All right.
I would.
Mhm.
I would like to know if there is any type of, I don't know, armor or something that is kind of sturdier than the one that Nis is wearing right now.
Any armor that's sturdier? There is
Yeah, a little bit.
studded leather for sure.
Studded leather.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
You have a choice
I'll grab it.
of like, functional versus crowd pleasing.
Yeah, no, I prefer functional. I'd rather please the crowd some other ways.
Is
Okay.
it like female armor in video games?
I mean, it's. I wouldn't say it's like definitively female as much as like both male and female will be more, exposed if wearing such an armor to, increase certain aspects of their body. I found your item, by the way, Lokar. I'll add it to your equipment.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, you can totally take the studded leather. That's no problem.
Thank you.
Moving you back to the slave pens, where you will be. You will see that there is a considerable less amount of some of them as they have perished in their training. And I hate that this music is broken. It's my favorite one. +1 shield with spike shield. I'll figure that out for you later, Aurora. But before we get started, let's have a quick water break, and we'll be 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Pet your pets, hug your friends or your loved ones, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. I need more water.
Alright,
Okay.
Great.
See you in a bit.
be right back.
Himo back. How big is this Elven Bridge exactly? Elven Bridge is a relatively larger part of the Warrens. So much so that it's kind of its own place. Elven Bridge is suchly named because it holds like a very rickety old wooden bridge that has existed for a long time, and it goes over a dried up riverbed. Yeah. Doesn't sound like you would describe a singular address anymore. Yeah, it's quite a lot of negative things here with crowded streets. I'm trying to think of like, you know, the slums of India, or even in Kenya, for example, like the scattering of buildings here and there that are made of like makeshift material, corrugated iron and rickety.
Theron,
Yeah.
Theron, hey.
Hey.
Hey, Theron.
Hey.
Scientists have discovered a fossilized dinosaur fart.
Okay.
They say that it's a blast from the past.
Oh my god.
That one's pretty good, actually.
Are you like making these up or you're reading them?
No. I have a... Somehow. I managed to get my
Don't
hands...
ruin the surprise. Keep it a mystery.
Okay. Don't,
Okay, fine,
your
fine.
magician never reveals his secrets.
Exactly.
Sure, sure. What do you call an old Egyptian?
Mommy.
A fair old?
An old
Grandmummy?
Giza.
An old
Oh.
geezer? Geezer?
Giza.
Oh, Giza, like the
Giza.
pyramids of Giza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like these jokes are very similar to jokes that you're found in like Christmas crackers. You know, like on Christmas Day you have like a cracker. I don't know, it's a very Western thing, but basically it's like a wrapped piece of paper with a bit of it makes a snapping noise when you like pull it apart. You're meant to like two people are meant to take each end and try and rip it apart, and then the person who gets the bigger half wins, right? And then within that you have like a little hat, and you have like a really a joke that's called a dad joke. That is more
But
like a play
didn't
on
know.
words, like a pun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing, but cool.
Yeah, and then you'd have like these little books of like a book of dad jokes, or bad
Yeah.
puns and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last one before we start. Okay?
Okay.
Right with that?
Hit me.
Sure. This one's kind of a riddle though, so I'm not sure if this one will be good. What word starts with E, ends with E, and only has one letter in it?
Aye.
Starts with E, ends with E, and only has one letter.
Yeah. It's an I. EYE.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
It's not?
No.
What is it then?
Envelope.
God damn it.
Okay then. You outsmarted me this time, Mr. Fox.
That one was good.
Glad you liked it.
Theron's reaction is what sold that. So.
I'm
The
looking...
squinting of the eyes, like, how dare you?
Yes.
You win this time. I will. I just realized that the Dagger of the Hunt for you, Nissa, is it's not there on my D&D Beyond. I must have used a different application for it, but I do have it written down on my other notes. I'll just copy it to you for the moment, but I will make the item in D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Where is it? Dagger of the Hunt. So, boop. I'll just whisper it to you now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's armor in there. You didn't want to take armor?
Hold on. Is there a breastplate in there?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want
Yeah, I'll-
functional or crowd pleasing?
It's Aurora. What do you think?
Totally crowd pleasing. Yeah, there's a breastplate in there. Okay, dokie. Are we all back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are
Pepper's
so back.
We are
I'm
so
here.
back. We're all back. Okay. Gizmo. Okay. So we're gonna finish up anything that's outstanding within the slave pens, and we're gonna head to a montage to expedite this because I don't think you guys want to play 3 days of training. We will also go through a couple of nightmares. So we're just gonna do it all in one go. At least for you guys in the slave pens, unless you guys feel like you wish to slow play it for the time being. What's your consensus?
I'm fine with going through the days.
We can skip it.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. One thing to mention then, as we clean up the slave pens situation, and we're just gonna bounce back and forth in time for Karek's sake. Split parties are tricky. You notice as you all come back from the first day out in training, and you feel like you've proven yourselves that, for lack of a better term, other than that, some of the slaves are missing. As you look around and see, like, there's fewer people. You notice that Melanda's body is gone.
And the orc bodies are still there, or
No, they're also gone.
okay. Right.
That's it. I'm not eating any more of that pasty shit. That's it.
Well, she would want you to stay alive.
Could be eating her though.
Well, no, she already passed on, Lisa. I mean, you should know you're catching souls.
Yeah. Oh god. I don't know what to say. I'm just, yeah.
Balance works sometimes.
Violence.
Silence. Sorry.
Oh.
I mean, both work.
Yes, they do.
Wisdom profound. There is the alchemy jug. At least get some honey or something.
Well, actually, DM, I guess. I mean, is the bag of holding something we have to remove when we leave the?
I mean, eat it while
Yes.
you're there.
Yes.
Yeah, we can only use it while we're there. Yeah, and since I don't know, since it can only be changed at the dawn, I'm not sure we can like. No, doesn't matter. We'll figure something out.
I have not resorted to cannibalism, and I don't intend to now, so.
Yeah, stay high and mighty as you wish. Just make sure you don't die.
Just don't know how you haven't dropped unconscious yet.
From lack of eating?
Yeah.
It's willpower, Nisa. Hunger is a pain that you can deal with for weeks.
I'm not sure you have
Okay.
dealt with hunger for a week.
Probably not.
Saying it like that.
I ate wood once.
That probably damaged your insides.
Yeah, but at least it gave me, the sensation or the feeling of nourishment. Even if it was not food, at least I was chewing something and swallowing it.
I mean, there are animals that are eating wood. Not completely devoid of anything.
Hmm.
It usually requires um, correct organisms for that to work. To actually extract anything from that.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay. Few things outstanding to resolve. That might. I'm just reminding you a bit. Maybe your character doesn't want to do anything with it. We have Lokar. You have the earrings that you took from Melanda. Aurora, you have a letter.
Oh, right, we had access to Haversack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have taken it.
But you had the letter on you regardless. You didn't put it back in the haversack.
Yeah, I mean we could. Yeah, we can just take it from those training grounds.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't think anything. Magrim drew a diagram on the ground. And Nissa. Oh, Nissa, you're good.
I'm good.
Well, for the moment, I mean, I don't think I have anything outstanding on your list.
Okay.
I mean, she wants the earrings.
I mean,
I'm gonna.
that's okay. I do remember that I had I picked up a locket in the mines and also the butcher's apron
That's
when we
true.
defeated
You
him.
stuffed it in the bag though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we had
yeah,
like a
it's all in
time on
there.
training grounds, right?
If there was ever an
Mm.
opportunity for me to cast Identify on it, I would have done it on the apron.
On the apron, was there an opportunity for you to cast Identify there?
10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just
No,
like
no.
playing back in terms of like when. I mean, there was like a single downtime that you had when you were walking back from the mines to Gerst.
No, I mean
Mhm.
in the training grounds we have
Eh,
access
eh,
to the bag of holding.
In the training grounds, because I definitely had a spell left.
Yeah.
I could have just hard casted it instead of trying to ritual. If it
Okay.
was in the haversack.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. If you have that time, just to like get ready and whatnot, for sure. If you wanted to spend that slot, for sure, you can identify it with an actual casting.
Yeah, that's fine. Not like I'm gonna be able to use my spells anyway.
Okay. That is. Hold on. Where's my? Why are my?
Here's the-
I thought I already gave you the item.
I don't
Which
think
one?
we had the time to identify it because we were running from zombies.
Yeah, it was just I was like, I want to loot the corpse. What does it have on it? And he said, a shiny apron. But
Right. Who am I gonna put the item into? Who's
Put it on, Nisa.
Put on Nissa? Okay. It's obviously
It's
gonna be
Nisa's
in
item.
your bag. Okay.
You could put it in the bag on my tab also if you want to. Handy haversack.
handy hammers, yeah.
We can do some out of session stuff and make sure everybody's like
Okay. I'll put it in the
magic.
handy hammer shack, and you can all see it obviously because you have access to each other's character sheets.
Mhm.
Yep.
And 2 handy haversack. There you go.
Let me go ahead and check that.
Can I put it into VTT?
Yeah.
Beyond 20.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe I can do this. There you
Yep.
go.
Oh yeah, which is bib.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Lokar, you do
Open
slashing
soul.
damage, right?
Yep.
Do you like to wear a bib?
Well, yeah, I mean, not wearing armor.
Like I can do slashing damage, but I mostly do piercing, so
Yeah, and you got a +1 armor, so I think I'll take something to wear too.
yeah.
The apron can go over armor.
I know, but I want another magic item
His
too.
he has bigger dice, so rerolls are better on him,
Ah.
and
Fine. If you want.
eh,
I'm just saying, I mean, not from a min-max perspective, it doesn't make any difference to me who wears it, but that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, it definitely can go over armor.
I don't think anyone else does slashing damage, that's the thing.
I have short swords,
I do.
but I haven't been using them.
Oh, yeah,
because I
like,
had-
Nissa does too.
I do with the hand
Yeah.
axe.
Right, yeah, but
you should be Eldritch Blaster.
No,
Let's
no,
be real.
no.
No, not that much. Not that much. Yeah.
Like crit range on a barbarian, please.
So
Hmm.
good. So good.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
not,
good.
Not true barbarian, but monkarian,
Monkey.
barbunk, whatever it may be. Okay.
Monkey.
Does anyone wish to do? It's just a bonk.
Yeah,
Does
barbarian
anyone
monk is a bonk.
wish to look at anything that I mentioned before we expedite? We speed up time.
Oh yeah, I mean, Loka would definitely like continue to fiddle to try to fit the earrings together.
Okay, so from an identification perspective, you can spend some time like looking them over, just like holding them in your hands and sort of just trying to get a sense of them over a longer period of time, given that's how the mechanics kind of work.
Yeah, I mean, he just wants doesn't really want to like give them to anyone else really, so he wants to figure it out himself if he can.
Okay.
If he can't, then but if he can, he'll try.
Well, there is an aspect to it. You can certainly like eventually figure out what they are as it dawns upon you as you hold them. Maybe you're thinking about your time with Malanda and
That's it.
like playing back all the good times. I will drop those items into where do you want them? Into your equipment.
Equipment,
There you go.
beautiful. Yeah, it's nice.
If he has them in his hands, he can identify them over a period of time rather than casting identify, even though identify is the faster way of doing it, but in downtime, especially we're looking at them over. I'll I think just do it like this, right? There you go.
Ooh, those are nice.
Yo, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very nice item, actually. That said, the sentimental value of them is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my dex is the highest, so I don't think it's that.
No, well, it might be you. It's either you or me.
I think we have the same.
Does Lokar have pierced ears?
Asking
Yeah,
the
no.
important questions.
That's a requirement.
They would
to
be
a
probably
human.
pretty tiny for him, but I guess they're
He
magical.
will
so
in a
they,
second when he
they will
tries
like
his
uh,
He
earrings
just
in.
thrust them into his lobes.
Yeah. I can pierce Lokar's ears. It's fine.
Oh, it's
I'll make
like
nose
teenagers
earrings.
sleepover. Nose piercing? Did you say?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll just make them nose piercings.
But
It says pierced ears specifically.
Hey.
No belly button piercings. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it says living soul with pierced ears.
Well, I only have to have pierced ears, so I can have also just wear them somewhere else.
Yeah. Let's
Gross.
just go to Claire's.
To Claire's. Oh, Claire's accessories. How do you know about Claire's accessories?
Oh, we do have them in Spain.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah. Anything else, guys? The letter, the symbol, from Magramus. Anything you want to do with those?
I want to fully translate the letter. I gotta pull my notes up on it. I did promise Nisa I would actually talk about it at some point.
About what? Oh,
The letter from my dad. Letter from my dad.
Yeah. I remember.
You want to translate it? Well, you haven't said what you want to do with it.
I'll pull up my notes there. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll pull it out and I'll, if Nisa or Mag wants to let their curiosity overtake them, they can definitely help. But I will, as I'm reading it, I'll point out how like the letters are capitalized wrong and there's a cipher along the edge. And the actual letter itself, I know it's here somewhere. You're able to read the letter as looked beyond the truth, fit together, order. I see Elvish, sought order. Alabaster, a cant family secret. Tear. I love you, my daughter. Have faith. So, the refers to the order as I got from Nahav as a bunch of fundamentalists. Never heard of them before. And I had a suspicion that Alabaster was doing something to protect me, but I'm still going to punch him in the nuts.
So it says here that the elves sought out the Order of the Templars.
There is the Elven Order as well. It could be both. It could be either one.
Oh. Gosh.
Regardless, I need to get to Alabaster. I need to get him alone.
What do you think he is? He went down to the mine, didn't he?
He did. And like you, he showed signs of sickness.
Oh, god damn it.
Brings me grave concern.
I mean, for now, I think the only thing we can do is just wait and maybe train some more, and hopefully that big old racing will like us enough to let us go. I don't know.
I have a suspicion we will encounter Alabasta soon, though I don't know
Really?
when that opportunity will be. And why
I
not?
really hope.
Yeah. Look at this. Kalik knows about the supposed plot against him. There's been Templars here, gathering people for all sorts of things. They have to show strength to Callus.
Yeah.
The arena will be swarming with every Templar in the city.
Yeah. Where do you think Carrick is? Do you guys think he's alright?
I mean,
He can turn himself into
yeah,
Animal?
he was a dog.
mice.
He saw us enter the
You-
pens.
Yeah.
He can manage himself. He's strong.
As long as no one realizes that he's a very profitable piece of meat, I'm sure he'll be
I think
fine.
even then they won't have an easy time.
If he can actually
I
cast his
just-
magic, I'm sure he'll blow a few people outdoors.
It would just get away.
I really
He can
hope he's
handle himself.
okay.
I'm sure of it.
Aurora, are you? You said that you have it open for like Magrim and Nissa and Lokar to see.
Yeah. They
Can-
are free to look at it as they wish.
Okay. Before I take suggestions from the audience or the other onlookers, what is Aurora's current plan with this letter?
I think we need to destroy it at some point, but I don't know what will happen when it does. I guess I could ask Mag if he sees, like, because he's a little bit more attuned to arcane stuff, if there's any magic on the letter at all. I don't even know if it would affect here in the pins.
I mean, you can certainly show it to Mag if you feel like you want him to take a look at it.
I have stated multiple times if they wish to, they can.
Does anyone want to do anything with the letter?
I think I'm good.
What are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 extra black symbols? Are they in Elvish?
They are.
What do they mean? Have we figured that out?
I believe you guys already decoded the fact that they are letters in Elvish.
Yeah, well, Megan wasn't there, but
Oh,
you actually
Megan.
figured it out, Magrum.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You connected the dots.
Ah, yes, I am so smart. I have forgotten about.
You are
Yeah.
100% like +4 smart, and you easily put
Yeah.
it together that these letters in Elvish make up the word alabaster. So now there's a couple of things you can do here, but I'll leave before I initiate any sort of like prompting. Is there anything you wish to do?
I don't think Lokar's gonna. It's not really his place to do anything with this letter, and I
No.
don't think he really is in the mind to
No.
think through everything. So we'll just we'll read it, and maybe he'll listen to what Aura thinks it says, but I don't think he pays too much attention to it.
Yeah. Lisa's pretty knackered, so she will probably crash.
Magrum?
He'll try to see. Maybe he missed something. Maybe there is some sort of secret message. Hold on. Does Aurora? Does your father also follow Ilmater?
Yeah, my entire family does.
Right. Does it? Is there some sort of, I don't know, incense that you guys burn for
Ah.
rituals or for anything?
Yes, there's a few.
Well, maybe there's some sort of secret ink or incense or something that is here. Maybe under a certain light or temperature, it can reveal itself to us. As good as I guess I have at the moment.
I guess at that kind of prompting, I'll give the edge of a letter a tear and see if anything happens.
You do a small tear. The paper tears.
I think you're right on there's more here. I just don't know what it is. I don't know when I need to be doing it.
Well, we still have time.
You look over
Yeah.
the. Is there? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Is there anything that Magrim wants to do beyond that before I prompt a roll? Because Magrim's smarter than all of us.
He'll draw more constellations in the sand as he ponders over everything.
Okay. Can you
Mathematical
roll me-
equations,
Yeah. Because it's gonna be over a period of time.
tangents, sinus, cosinus.
The only thing that I can get you to do with what the time that you have pondering, since you're not rushing and you're thinking things over and drawing constellations to help you focus, you roll me an intelligence with advantage. If you can.
Do what? Sorry.
Roll intelligence with advantage.
Well, at this point, it's still a +3, so I'll just roll it like this. I'd like to use inspiration.
Okay.
That's
There you go.
16 plus 3. 19.
No, you would re-roll the whole thing, so you roll again as well.
Okay. One more for the road.
Okay.
5. Yeah, 16 plus 3, 19.
You take a pondering over this, and something obviously that stands out to you is that there's Elvish in here, and you have an affinity with Elvish. You reach the point of the middle of the letter, and something stands out to you is that something doesn't really make much sense. You you look at the border and you notice that there are mixed amongst the sort of border design are mixed match Elvish words that seem to be just all over the place, and they don't make much grammatical sense. It looks like someone who doesn't know Elvish was just like trying to copy it from like somewhere, or they look nice. However, you put two and two together, and something in the middle of this letter is like sort of stands out to you about tearing this letter up. Doesn't stand out. It doesn't seem right. And with references to fitting together and sorting, you come to the conclusion that this letter should be torn up.
So, what? It's a puzzle?
So, yeah. Have you ever pieced a puzzle together?
How about you show me how to do it, Mac?
Yeah, sure. Basically, there's Elvish runes and symbols probably come to a proper sentence. And for us to read that sentence fully, we'll need to tear up the letter. I hope that you'll agree to this, yes?
Fine. So what, the pieces? Cut at the end of sentences?
Yes. Should be. Or at least something similar. And Magram will slowly start to put the letter into pieces.
Mm-hmm. You take care to tear it on a fold, where the fold like does not go through an actual phrase in Elvish on each of the borders, where grammatically it makes sense to tear it despite the mix match of Elvish within it. And you tear it up in keeping with the bolder letters, and you find that you have 9 pieces.
Well, how about we spell alabaster and see what it says?
Let's try alabaster then.
You put together everything, and the Elvish reads the following. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
You cut out for me.
I said,
Or maybe I cut out for
do
everyone.
you see what's on screen? Like, I think I shared it with everyone.
Yeah, I can see it
Oh, yep. Now I see it.
in my document in the notes.
My fate is already sealed. Yours of another. Alright, look at this. One of 3 is inevitable. All give destruction, all give chaos. risk lives. Only way to save. This is big.
Find the insurgent slave. He will be the spear to guide you. The spear! Guys, the spear! Six-pack guy!
No way.
Yeah, the washboard guy. Baby.
He's as dumb as a pile of rocks. Maybe there's more to it then.
And maybe that's a facade. Maybe he wants to seem dumb or appear dumb. I knew I didn't buy the fact that he signed up to become a gladiator.
And
had to
that
be
he speaks
something
it in
else.
himself of third person.
Yeah, that too.
This is big.
I protect the veterans for as long as I can when 1 of 3 begins. 1 of 3?
Coup, plot, or purge. Well, this the whole overthrowing or whatever.
Oh yeah. And then make haste to find it in the Hanging Gardens before the second moon. What are the Hanging Gardens?
Place in the city.
In the rich part of the city?
I know where it is.
Well, we need there to be before the second moon.
I'm not sure what is meant by protected incarceration.
I think it means that the only way to protect Aurora was to send her into the pens, maybe?
So that she is not stoned by whoever's hunting.
I mean, I know what but
You know,
this is
once
no
this
way
place be-
protected.
There's going to be a purge in the Templars.
Oh,
No.
and your family is in danger.
Well, we'll get ourselves out of here, and then we'll get the V-Turans out of here then.
Yep. And talk to the insurgent slave, to six-pack guy baby. I don't remember the name for the life of me.
Chandro.
Oh yeah. No,
Stop,
six-pack baby. That's his name now.
Baby,
I mean, I thought he was pretty, Nisa,
Oh.
but even I can remember his name.
I wouldn't really call him an insurgent though. Wouldn't that be a better description of the elvish leader?
The
Insurgent
elvish
slave. Insurgent. I mean,
How am I supposed to fight an insurgent? A bunch of broken slaves.
I'm telling you, it's that guy. It says, find the insurgent slave. Oh. Wait. But he's not a slave. The spear guy.
I
Is
mean,
he? No.
He
He
also doesn't strike me as someone who speaks Elvish.
yeah. Well, I'm not saying he has
Yeah.
to be this one, but technically he did, give in to be a slave, to be a gladiator, but so he wasn't a slave pens, but he's no more. And, thinking back on what this guy told you, Nisa, this Templar, they think there's someone that's in the pens, right?
They killed Melanda and they took you to find someone in the pens, didn't they?
Yes, I know.
I mean, they could have
Hmm.
wrong information, obviously, but
They believe
No.
they believe that there's
Yeah.
there's somebody among us who is kind of sus, you know.
I thought
You
the same
don't
thing.
get this kind of free reign if there's not evidence to support what you're doing.
But I mean, maybe it would be interesting to watch and see who is fighting with a spear in the training grounds.
don't we just talk to him next time we see him, and then we kind of figure out the next steps as we go.
Yes, let's inform everyone in the slave pens that we're looking for someone. Because there's
That's
going to be a coup by, I imagine, your friends. Which
My
will cause a
friends?
purge of the Templars. Which will make
friends.
Kalik an absolute ruler.
Or it could, it could actually end well. We can get your family out of here and still, deal with Kalik.
Not sure. Her family wants out of here.
Or at least out of danger.
My father has already accepted that he cannot escape danger.
Well, still, he's waiting for you to find them in these hanging gardens. So let's just focus on the task. I would say, just try not to think too much about it and do.
Do you think that this might be a ploy to get Callus here? You know, big movement. His right hand
Oh.
man wounded,
With the games?
or taken. No, I mean, I meant with the whole coup thing. Maybe someone wants to lure out this Callus.
I mean, it's hard to say
You know,
if
Callus
Callus
or
So,
Kalik?
cares about Kellic.
Calic is his right hand, the guy who running the city.
He's also the guy that he didn't take with us to his war, but told him to stay back and
Yes.
the stuff
So
in his place.
if
So
this place becomes independent, the old master returns, and whoever set this whole thing up will either this whole idea is a grand plan to take down, the king, or is very short-sighted.
the thing
Whatever this
that
is, for
Callus
us,
has,
this means, well, interesting. Get stronger, I suppose.
the thing that's been a lot of things that Callus hasn't come back to. I'm not sure that he'll even hear from this. So, I mean, the chance he comes
Who
back.
knows?
It's been quite some years.
Could it also be Grange, guys? Do you think? The insurgent slave?
Definitely grind. But like, who else would it be? I mean, have you seen his tactics?
I'm just saying.
Hit thing until thing don't move. Genius.
I'm just saying. Like, people can seem very stupid and then surprise you.
I think at this point, like, Aurora's been like fighting back tears the entire time, and the joke that Garange is more than he seems just gives her a raspy chuckle. It'd be
Hey,
so much easier if we were all just fucking stupid.
sorry, what?
Knowledge is a burden, Nisa. One full of pain.
Is there anything we can do for you, Aurora?
I can endure for now. Let
Yes, I will.
us do as Melanda wanted, and let's see if we can do as my dad wants.
Or maybe we just do what we want.
How about we rest first and then we think about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Look, let's find out everything first, then make that decision.
I know. You're just quick to attach yourself to the story, so. And he kind of like just goes back into the tent and lays down.
Sure. Let's move over to our turtle buddy, our friendly neighborhood turtle.
Hello.
Arrow. You're over there.
Mm-hmm.
With Senor Jasper, who takes him back takes you guys take
Flame
you
of the Warren.
sorry, Flame of the
I
Warrens.
said Flame of the Warrens.
Absolutely. And
Flame of the Warren.
I will make a big doggo as well. There you go. So his Jasper's home is that of not much better than sleeping outside. On the inside of Jasper's shack, for lack of better term, the first thing that you notice is that the wood on the inside is far darker than that of the outside. There's also a smell of scorch and embers, a perpetual smell of smoke. The makeshift table and chairs that sits in the middle of the for lack of a better word again, entrance living room, have mixed match sizes, and any cups and mugs, they seem to be of different origins, as if stolen. The thing that stands out to you is that Jasper, whilst speaks a big game, is just as poor as the rest of those in the Warrens. He doesn't hold anything more. No personal effects that aren't something that can be discarded. A straw mattress that sits on a couple of crates. It seems that Jasper certainly is one of the people, one of the Warrens. And he welcomes you in without shame. He says, "Make yourself at home, me fella. My house is your house, as you know. And whilst I'm here, we'll make sure you're safe. I won't sleep a wink until I know you're safe."
I appreciate that. How long do you think we'll be waiting before we go to meet Ramilla again?
Well, she says a little bit later, and I don't know exactly what that truly means when it comes to Ramilla. She likes to get her ducks in a row, get everything organised before moving forward with any plan. She's like quite reserved, well thought out. She's a good right hand man or woman, if you want to put it that way. Although I haven't actually met Commander in Chief of the whole alliance, so she's the highest person I know. I know she reports up.
Gotcha. So we just are we waiting for someone to tell us when we should go meet her again, or?
Well, I'm more concerned about the fact that she seemed to be very adamant that you try and remain hidden. So what's all that about? How are we meant to keep you hidden when you're also, and he gestures to your shape like you're so, everything.
Well, I when we do need to move again, I can kind of disguise myself a little bit and stay hidden a little bit easier. I just didn't want to do it in the middle of the bar in front of people.
Really? Why ain't that interesting? Yeah. I'll have to take your word for it. But Ramilla, she sort of she has her own way of getting the word out or receiving information. Now it's not really my sort of way of doing things, but she has a band of Warren kids, urchins. They sort of like roam around the streets, giving a sort of like hand-to-mouth existence, if you will. She calls her little kids ragtags. Yeah, that's it, ragtags. They serve as her sort of eyes and ears, and they have an early warning system. So I imagine we just have to wait until a kid shows up.
All right. Well, thank you for bringing me into your home and offering to protect me. I guess we'll just make ourselves comfortable and hang out for a little while.
As you will. Now, I'm sorry about the chairs, but looking at you, it doesn't feel like you kind of need a chair. Or a bed. Or... Wait, what do you need?
Some food and water would be nice. I don't think I've had any actual water since like early yesterday. We had wine at the bar earlier, but
Right, yeah. Water. Sure. White one. And he's gonna go he's gonna leave you.
Not gonna take my eyes off of you.
He sticks his head back in just like a second after he's left. He goes like, "Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Flame of the Warriors is on the case." Love that name. And he heads out for a minute, and it's not the most like calm experience for you.
Yeah. Kind of on edge.
Mm-hmm. And seconds feel like minutes, and minutes feels like hours, as you sort of wring your hands and like, what the hell's going on? And Jasper does come back after a few minutes, and he has a bowl, like a clay bowl, small, about the size of his palm, and within it you see clear water. There you go. Look, you saved my life, so it's only right that I cash in a few favors. So here you go.
Thank you. And I'll take it and drink it all in one big gulp.
For sure. It is delicious. It is clear, pristine. Like if there was filtered water in this time, it would be filtered water. Water for you, like it's like tapping, like some sort of spring or oasis, like in the sand. It's always gritty. You've never tasted such clear water. The water that you had in the slave pens was cloudy and murky, and this seems to be pristine.
Tasty.
You gain from that, not that it matters right now, 4 temporary health.
Yay! I think that might have been the best water I've ever tasted. Thank you.
I should hope so. She produces it all natural, if you get my drift.
I feel like that could have multiple meanings, and I'm not going to question it. And I'll just put the bowl down.
It gives you a nod to say, like, anything else?
I mean, I want to go get my friends, but I don't guess there's much I can really do at the moment. She told us to wait and that I needed to not be seen, and I'm inclined to believe her with what I've been told in the past couple days, so I guess we'll just hang out.
Yeah. It shouldn't be too long. I mean, some lives are at stake, like you said. But sworn to protect you. And who better to protect than my new friend? Just a little bit of information here. Just, between you and me.
Of course.
The Warrens here, they've been around for a while, right? And there are a number of roaming gangs, so to speak, within the Warrens. You may have heard those nasty little elves that we had a small encounter with this morning mention themselves as tooth cutters, right? But they are not the only gang here in the Warrens. Just so happens that I managed to, stumble into their turf. So they were right, but you never know. Life in the Warrens, well, that's, put it bluntly, dog eat dog. One second. Notes. Right, so, those who are in the Warrens, there's a certain person you should stay clear of.
Alright.
There's a guy who goes by his name of Shivrin. He's
Shivrin.
Right, Shivrin. Like a shiv, stab, stab.
Right.
Shivrin, he's an half elf. He's from the Warrens, he's a nasty piece of work. Someone that goes around just trying to, I don't know what it is about him, right? But this affinity of teeth, kind of creepy, if you ask me. Then there's the other two gangs, right? There is the Iron Rats, and then there's the Ruin Creepers.
So Shivrin is part of the Tooth Cutters?
Right, he leads
dealt
them.
with?
He leads them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what were the other two you said? I'm sorry.
The other two, the Iron Rats and the Ruin Creepers.
Are they just as forward with their attacks like the tooth cutters were?
Well, I mean, Ruin Creepers, they're more of like what you find under Gerst, you know, amongst the tunnels. They don't make it out too much into the Warrens, but they do guard the edges of the entrance to Undergerst where they can. You tend to find them more into like southwest kind of the Warrens, you know, south of Sand Street. You know Sand Street?
I think I heard mention of it while I was here before, but I don't really know where. No.
Well, just like, you know, you go like maybe 10 minutes south, you'll find them, but don't find them, right? Because,
Right.
but they're more likely to be underground, is what I'm trying to say. You seem like a fresh young lad coming into the city, like you said, and the flame of the Warrens wants to educate you.
I greatly appreciate it.
No worries. Now, there is someone to mention that I was a little bit shocked, right, when you said that Nissa was caught in the slave pens, because there is one of the tooth cutter gang, right, is infiltrated the gladiators. Now, I don't know exactly why, but, you know, it's like some sort of power play. Maybe they caught wind of what we're doing, or what the Order's doing, right? But, like, it seems to be this massive coming to collision point, like a small gate. So there's, yeah. The little lady in there. Vicious. Name's Talon.
How? I hope maybe I can try to get some kind of message or something to my friends.
Yeah? How are you
Right.
going to do that?
I don't know.
Anyway. Won't be too long before we get what's coming to us. Anything you else want to know? I know everything. Upside downwards.
And you didn't tell me much about the iron rats. Where are they about? Out and about too, or are they more hidden, kind of like the creepers?
Oh, rats. Well, we've had run-ins with them, but it's mostly with the tooth cutters recently. The iron rats are sort of like squeaked themselves away, if you get my drift. They're more in like the north east part of the Warrens, around the tavern. You know, the tavern of the what was it? Bleached Inix? That's the one, right?
Oh yeah, that's the one that we were in.
Yeah.
When all got
You
captured.
were in the tavern of the Bleached Inix. You.
Yeah.
And
That's where we all were when we got captured.
that is an interesting point to be captured, I should say. But doesn't surprise me. What with all the prostitution that happens there, a lot of people meet up there.
But yeah, that's where we met M, and then we're captured.
Right. Well, that's something we should look into. Maybe tomorrow. Go over to the tavern of the Bleached Cynics. Find what M was looking at. Because clearly, she was there for a reason.
Right. Well, if we've got a little bit of time to kill, I do want to maybe try something. I'm just gonna like. I'm assuming there's a window or at least a door I can look out. Is there any like birds just chilling around outside close by?
There are no trees here.
No trees, no birds.
No birds,
Okay.
at least within the walls. When you were coming into Gerst, I will take you to Gerst Valley. You don't see trees very often at all, you know,
Right.
as a young Torul. But coming down the Iron Road towards Gerst, you did see two large copses of trees, forests, if you will. If my pixels will clear eventually, I'm sure. The pixels, they do nothing.
The forest that's like north of Gerst.
There's one here, and then there's one here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But they seem to be within depressions of like ground, like basins, so to speak.
Gotcha. There's no like city pigeons.
City pigeons.
No, they don't. You know, there's still birds just because there's no trees.
It's. I mean, you can take a perception check.
Okay.
A 20.
Mm-hmm.
There are birds in the sky. High enough up to fly over Gerst.
Gotcha.
Occasionally they
Nothing.
swing back and around. But there's no sort of places that you can really see that a bird is like sitting close by.
Okay. I could try what I was going to try on something else, but I don't know that it'll work because they won't be able to get there fast enough. So, never mind. I'll go back inside.
You just like go to the door, look around, and you
Yep.
come back. You see that Jasper is like laid back on his makeshift mattress, and he's kind of sleeping a little.
I'm going to like slowly walk over to him,
Hmm.
smack him on the foot, try to scare him awake.
All right. I'm on it. I'm on the case. I'm on the case. Jasper's on the case. Right. Sorry about that. Just like the wine went a little bit to my head. Right. So, let's try and keep busy. Now, let me tell you a bit more about the VA. If you're going to be an honorary member for the time being, just like Romilla said, maybe you should know a few things here and there. And
Right.
I will message you some information about the VA as we switch back to the group, and we'll have to come back to you with when the kid comes.
Okay.
Okay, guys, what's the story?
They had a little lamp.
Is it sleepy time?
I was about to ask. Isn't Talon this one? Yeah. The tattoo guy, or yeah.
He looks like a gang member, doesn't he?
Oh, nice.
She. Yeah, she
Oh,
is.
it's a she. Oh, I thought it was a he. Sorry.
It's kind of ambiguous, as elves tend to be. Yeah, her ears are somewhat clipped a little bit. But not that this is kind of like meta knowledge. But Talon has kept away from you and has hung out with this boy for the majority of the time, and also around
So
with Minaj.
edgy.
I know, right? The edges, this like squares.
I mean, yeah, well, it's a tabletop game. There are squares.
Nevertheless, this information is not known to you, but you have things other than the standard, straightforward stuff happening within the fence. Nevertheless, you guys are safe and cozy, well, to a certain degree. Is there anything further you want to do before we expedite? Okay. Aurora, is there anything you wish to do with what you have?
I mean, I'll hold on to all the letter notes and stuff. Knowing that Nahav wants to fight me, and with the letter translated, I want to, if there's an opportunity during the montage to get a one-on-one with him, that would be fine.
With who?
Nahav.
Nahav. Okay, okay. Cool. Well, let's speed through the night here. There's a couple of things that need to happen. Karik, we're not hitting night for you right now, so you're all right. But for you guys in the slave pens, we're kind of disjoint time, and there's a reason for it, given the split party situation. So, I would like we only need to do this really once for the end. But we need to do three rolls for Lokar. So, just so I have it logged. Lokar, can you roll con and Nissa roll con save. And we'll use this one as the last one.
Okay.
Unless you want to know what
Okay.
happens amongst the knights. Actually, let's do that. It's more interesting.
Sorry, I just my headset
That's
disconnected for a bit, so I missed the last bit of the
That's okay.
conversation.
We're gonna do like 3 nights in a row, and we're just gonna expedite a lot of stuff to forward time a little bit. So, for the purposes of narrative, let's do 3 con saves.
3 in a row?
Yep.
Okay.
Look R2.
D&D Beyond doesn't want to do it for me right now, so I gotta do it manually, I guess. It just doesn't want to react to me pushing
wow.
the button.
Yes.
Great. Mm-hmm.
The corruption is not getting to me, not today.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh.
2
Okay.
tens?
Hey, look. You know. You know. One out
Well,
of
it's
three.
the question
that's
of
good
like
for
what
me.
happens, because like your con save of 22, 21, and 25 prevent the change of corruption that night. So you are ending up with the change. The first one for you, Inessa. So roll. It is a high roll, so you still roll a d8, but you'll be on the lower table, and 2 d8s for you, Lokar.
Well, I got the worst. So I'm stuck with the bad one because I rolled high on the last one, right?
Right. Well, you don't know.
Uh,
You don't know what the actual action is here.
Oh, 4 and 10. Great. Mhm.
Okay, so Nissa, you roll 7. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what that is.
Do I?
So for the period of time when you're about to enter the games, you will be back to chronic fatigue. You have suffered chronic fatigue for the past 3 days, or 2 days basically. So con 22, con 21, you are preventing yourself from recovering. So for the day of the games, you will have chronic fatigue. Lokar, your first night. No, hold on, wait. You rolled a high, right? You rolled 16. Okay, no, sorry, not chronic fatigue. You
Yeah, I
are
rolled.
okay for your games day. You smell bad. Like you were the wound on your kidney area starts to smell terrible. Stench of rotting flesh.
Ooh, nice.
It turns anyone who's speaking to you a little off, wrinkling up their nose, and you have disadvantage on your charisma persuasion
Oh
checks.
no!
On your
Don't do this to me.
persuasion checks, you have disadvantage.
On persuasion only.
Yep.
Okay.
Lokar, on the first night when you felt restored, the day after that, the effects of corruption that go through your body have made it so that you were jittery, like on edge, which kind of makes sense for a number of reasons, and maybe you don't really correlate why this is other than the fact that you're going through things. So for the first day, you were feeling on edge, and you were easy to spook or startle, and even when you were training, your initiative rolls were at disadvantage, so you felt like you weren't really there. Then you went to bed, and you had a second shift to moderately phobic. You, as part of your dreams, and as part of what you're going through, flashbacks of the minds come into your mind. Flashbacks that made you break out into a sweat, to bring your adrenaline pumping. You suffer moderate phobia of the undead. And when you enter combat with a creature of this chosen type, you're going to have to make a wisdom saving throw if you see the undead. Or a creature that is marked as undead. Okay? Or you will be frightened.
Yep.
But because of your build, you have like advantage, right? On wisdom saving throws for frightened?
Nope.
Nope?
I'll be fine. That's
You'll be fine. Okay, so just mark down that on game day, if you see anything undead, you'll have to roll a whiz save. Okay? Right.
Kallak.
A Kallak. Captain
see
Raisin.
him. Yeah.
So for like the past couple of days, at least for you, Lokar, you felt okay. You've not seen anything undead. So what could go wrong? Now, let's resolve your nightmares, shall we?
Yep.
So many things to resolve. Where's Lokar's memory? There it is. Okay.
Where are they?
There will be 3 nights. I will save you the preamble of finding more information out. Like going down the same marble hallway, you're stepping through, hearing your squad screaming in the distance. Let's roll the first D28. Let's go.
Alright.
Lokar.
Oh,
Holy
Jesus
shit!
Christ.
What do you call it? Speak it and it becomes true!
Nice.
Where were you, Ilmata?
Look at this guy.
Oh my god. I had no idea that you would do that. Okay, so first
Me
night.
neither.
Right, okay. We're gonna do this, and I'm gonna give you... Okay, this. I will
What is
give
that?
you the... I'll give you more information in a whisper, because we're gonna run out of time otherwise. Okay, but
Yep.
roll roll 2 more times.
Come on.
8.
Oh,
Where's 8? Oh,
Okay, roll 2. Or a 1.
Roll 1. Oh
Ah.
no.
Uh,
is that the guy from the intro? I don't
Totally.
think so.
Mm.
Somebody might know.
We got the
Could be.
important value, and the rest of it's just like
You
more
got half.
or ambient.
Got half of the important values. 1 and 28 are the most important, really. Since there is a statue that you remember, but I'm gonna send you a ton of information as you this information floods to you, okay? And you're gonna have to we'll start the night before the big games, and collectively as you all are basically working towards the games. You're not lifting stuff. You're not painting. You're not cleaning up so much. You are training hard. And I appreciate that some of you want to talk to the other NPCs, but things are going to drag otherwise. So for the purposes of moving forward towards the games, and having a period of time in which you will be able to have conversations with the NPCs, you will level up to level 4.
Woo!
Yay.
we land of liberty. Let's level up, fellas.
Kark.
Yes.
Get your polar masters ready. We're gonna bonk some people.
Back to yeah.
Oh, by the way, DM, quick
Hmm.
question. Do we mark the long rest on our character sheets?
You can, yeah, for sure, because it'll be several days.
Okay.
That it will take times, and if you have something that you wish to do in your downtimes, just let me know before next week, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay. It's the night of the first day. You have been waiting around in Jasper's shack in the northwest, Warren's north of Sand Street. He has been attempting to entertain you with stories and also providing you information about what he knows about the VA as he's talking to now a colleague, more or less. The fact that you have not accepted to be part of the VA is irrelevant to Jasper. And he continues on.
Mm-hmm.
At around an hour into just past dusk, and you're starting to feel impatient, if you weren't already. A small child appears at the doorway. And Jessica goes, "All right, here we go." And you can see this kid is a nondescript sort of urchin with disheveled, dirty brown hair, brown eyes, and buck teeth. Wearing basically what you're wearing is a cape.
Mm-hmm.
And she says to you both, oh my god, I need to get used to this freaking system. Where are my... There's... Well, Mira says you're gonna have to meet her tomorrow. But that one, and she points at you, Kark.
Mm-hmm.
That one's in real danger. That one's apparently too visual. Apparently, this one needs this thingy. And she fishes out underneath her burlap sack a gem. And it's a jade-colored gemstone that seems to be relatively sort of. It's cut in a way that seems to have been like forged, and it has an emblem on it, that of a upside down triangle with an eye in the middle.
Okay.
Um,
I'll hold out my hand and take it from her. If she gives it to me.
Yeah, she like gives it to you, and she says, "When you meet Wimira tomorrow, before you come, you need to do this with it." And she sort of like gestures that you have to smash it on your head.
Okay.
You look at this gemstone, and as you like look through it, you see that there's like a swirling artifact in the center of the gemstone. You apparently, according to the text on the item, holding it for a moment gives you a realization about what it is. This is a spell storing gem, a spell gem, of which shattering it activates the spell. Roll me Arcana. Ooh. You recognize that the spell within it is of a relatively high level. 5th level, in fact.
Ooh.
Oh, god dang.
I'm gonna ask the little girl. Do you know what it does?
Not really. I don't know what it does, but you see, this is something that Romero says that you have to think of someone real hard, and then you go. She gestures once more to like bop her own head. You think hard of this person, and you.
Okay. I think I might have an idea. Thank you.
Someone not you, right?
Someone not me?
Yes. Don't think of yourself.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Right. That wouldn't be very smart.
Mm,
You're a very smart girl, you know that?
I am.
I'm gonna give her a couple of copper out of my pouch. But thank you for helping.
Well, see you sometime soon, maybe never. And she disappears with the coppers and goes down an alleyway and disappears from sight. Alright, well, seems like we've got ourselves a bit of a plan. Not quite sure what that whole malarkey is going on inside of that. That's freaky, but I have seen some of them gems before.
So you've seen one like this before?
Oh, well, I mean, I've seen gems before, you know? It's not like I'm completely oblivious. But like, the VA like to do some things, but that one there, I mean, never seen the colour of that one. That one must go all the way quite high, right?
It does feel pretty powerful. I'm just gonna tuck it into the pouch with my coins. Kind of bury it down at the bottom of it.
Yeah, like, don't know where they come from. Clearly they come from, like, someone up high up in the VA. But, you know, they could be, like, contain small things, like a message sometimes. Or, like, a way to, like, clean yourself. You know, if there's, like, a whole bunch of blood splatter, right? And you want to clean up real quite quick and you don't know how to do that, like, weavy kind of stuff.
My friend Magram does that with his ropes after we get into fights.
Right. Well, them's like the smaller gems, right? You just like throw it on the ground and poof, it goes. And like everything's nice and squeaky clean.
Interesting.
Yeah. You can just
I'll have
like
to tell him about those. That might be useful for him.
Yeah. No worries. They use it's kind of from this area. Like there's a place up north where you can sort of get these gemstones. So there's gems for all sorts of things up in that canyon. But for whatever reason, this seems to have come your way. Not quite sure what that one does, but you know, who are you going to think about?
I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe if it does what I'm thinking it does, it's gonna maybe disguise me as the person I think about.
All right.
Because I mean, she did say that I was too visible, and then handed us this.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I could think, maybe if I think of Nissa, it'll make me look like her. And I mean, Nissa belongs here, so people wouldn't think twice about that, right?
Possibly. Can't really say. I haven't.
If that's
really...
even what it does.
Well, I couldn't say, mate. Not really my forte. I'm good with these. And he produces a dagger and like flicks it through his fingers. I'll leave that to people up on in the upper echelons, you know, people like Ramilla and whoever she reports to, whoever is up in that level.
Well,
What?
I guess if we're not meeting, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I guess if we're not meeting Ramilla until tomorrow, you said it's getting pretty late at this point, right? Just a couple hours after dusk.
Right.
Yeah, we just go ahead and rest for the night. Go there in the morning.
Sure, we can expedite it to that. Roll me one con save.
Okay. Can I roll it with advantage because I sleep in my shell?
It will be at night, so yes, you can.
Yay. Hey, I rolled 2 14s.
You did indeed. Roll me a d8.
Oof.
Sorry.
Is that good? Is that bad? I don't remember.
Let's be clear, they're all bad.
Yes.
I mean, advantage to persuasion is not the worst.
I don't know if this really affects you. It could affect you, given it's a beast type and all creatures like birds and stuff. But
Oh, no.
you gain 4 for the night, for the day, the following day after this, and I guess we'll begin next session with you, because everyone's like 2 days ahead of you. You gain a mild phobia of beasts. If you were to enter combat with them, just in the first round, you are frightened of them.
And this gets rid of the HP from hit die being halved that I had, right?
The bugs slithering underneath your scales settle, and you don't feel them anymore. Whether or not they're still there, you can't be sure. But
He said it was make a wisdom save or be frightened.
No. This just happens. Your phobia is
Oh.
just, for the first round of combat, you are afraid of beasts.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if he turns into an animal using wild shape and looks at himself in the mirror, he's afraid of himself.
In combat, yes.
If
To look
he's in
yourself
combat
in
with
the mirror in
himself.
combat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Indeed. Okay. Okay, guys. So, is there anything else wants to do before we turn in?
And then Karik levels up.
Karik will level up. You should have already prepared your level up.
No, I know.
Karik will level up tomorrow, but you can might as well just like do your level up anyway. Given what's happening tomorrow, you should be all right.
Sweet.
Okay, guys. Sorry, like lots of things to close the loop on, as you like had a lot of open-ended stuff. But preparing for the big games is the name of the game. Haha. And as the games draw closer, there is certainly a buzz within the walls of the city of Gerst. As you are walked out to the training grounds and back every day, you hear more and more people talking about it on the way over. Karik, you certainly hear it all of a buzz. It seems like the city has come alive with conversation about what are you gonna wear, who's gonna be there, do you have a ticket, where are your seats. The stadium can only take so many, and the city of Gerst cannot hold everyone, and there is all that it is on the streets. They're talking about the games as if the Olympic Games are coming to Gerst. And with that, we will close episode 17 of Epsilon Sun.